Level 1. Limo Tint. You slapped 5% tint on every window, including the windshield, because you think it looks cool and makes your Honda Civic mysterious. Congratulations, you've made the single most common illegal modification that every teenager with $200 in questionable judgment commits. Limo tint is illegal in most states for one simple reason. Cops and other drivers need to see you, and you need to see them. But sure, looking like a drug dealer's car is worth the tickets. The problem isn't that tinted windows exist. It's that people go nuclear with darkness levels that turn daytime driving into a guessing game. You're rolling down streets, squinting through windows so dark you can't see pedestrians, cyclists, or that cop you just blew past at 15 over. Every state has legal limits, usually 35% to 50% light transmission. People ignore those limits, slap on 5% all around, and act shocked when they get pulled over monthly. For those who love the murdered out look, tint does reduce heat and UV exposure, which is genuinely useful. But there's doing it legally and doing it because you saw it on a modified Charger on Instagram. Limo tint is the participation trophy of car mods. Everyone does it, everyone thinks they're getting away with it, and everyone eventually learns that "I didn't know" doesn't work when the law is printed on your rejection sticker. This is the worst illegal mod because it's so common, it's boring, dangerous enough to matter, and completely avoidable by just following posted legal limits. Level 2. Amazon Special LED Headlights. You bought LED bulbs from Amazon for $29.99, popped them into your halogen reflector housings, and now you're the reason everyone flashes their high beams at you. Those cheap LEDs throw light everywhere except where headlights are supposed to aim it, blinding oncoming traffic while barely illuminating your own lane. This is the automotive equivalent of being that guy who plays music on his phone speaker in public. Technically functional, universally hated. Headlight housings are designed for specific bulb types. Halogen reflectors focus halogen bulbs. If you want LED or high-D lighting, you need projector housings designed for them, or you need to retrofit projectors into your existing setup. That costs money and requires effort, so instead people just plug and play LED bulbs into housings never designed for them. The result is scattered light that blinds everyone while providing terrible visibility for the driver. Traffic stops for this are increasing because cops are tired of getting blinded too. Some states are cracking down with equipment violation tickets and mandatory inspection failures. For people who genuinely want better lighting, retrofit kits exist that are legal and effective. But that requires research and installation skill, so instead we get thousands of Altimas and Civics with $30 Amazon LEDs burning retinas across America. This is illegal modding for people who care more about looking upgraded than actually improving their car. Level 3. Straight pipe, everything. You removed your entire exhaust system from the catalytic converter back because you watched too many YouTube videos and now think sounding like a lawnmower having an asthma attack equals performance. Straight pipes eliminate mufflers, resonators, and sometimes catalytic converters, turning your four-cylinder into a noise violation that wakes up entire neighborhoods and sets off car alarms. The straight pipe formula is simple. Cut off the muffler, weld in a pipe. Tell yourself it added 50 horsepower when dyno results show you gained maybe 5. Meanwhile, you've made your car unbearably loud inside and out, failed emissions testing in any state that has them, and given every cop in a 3-mile radius probable cause to pull you over for noise violations. Modern cars have exhaust systems engineered for performance and noise compliance. Removing them rarely helps and usually hurts. True performance exhausts exist: catback systems, high-flow catalytic converters, properly tuned setups that add power without sounding like a Civic war. Those cost money. Straight pipes cost $150 at the sketchy muffler shop that doesn't ask questions. The result is cars that sound terrible, perform marginally better if at all, and attract unwanted law enforcement attention. This is the illegal mod for people who think loud equals fast and who've never actually seen a dyno chart in their lives. Before we hit level 4, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. We're about to meet the illegal modifications that actually require skill and commitment instead of just bolt-on parts and bad decisions. Level 4. Rolling coal, diesel deletes. You bought a diesel truck, deleted the DEF system, the DPF, the EGR, and every emissions device the EPA requires, then tuned it to dump thick black smoke whenever you floor it. Rolling coal is the illegal modification that's equal parts mechanical knowledge and environmental vandalism. Modern diesel emissions equipment exists because diesel exhaust is toxic. Removing it and tuning for maximum smoke output is illegal under federal law and actively harmful. Diesel deletes require actual mechanical work and custom tuning, separating them from bolt-on mods. You're removing emissions components, installing delete pipes, and running custom software to make the ECU ignore missing sensors. This is committed illegal modification requiring knowledge, tools, and willingness to risk serious federal fines. For those in agriculture or commercial use where emissions equipment genuinely causes problems, the legal risk creates a gray area. For mall crawlers rolling coal on Priuses for TikTok clout, it's just being an asshole with extra steps. Level 5. Standalone ECU swaps. You ripped out the factory engine management and installed a standalone ECU like Haltech, AEM, or motowz to run serious power modifications without limitations. This is where illegal modifications cross into serious performance territory. Standalone ECUs let you run any turbo size, any injector, any fuel, completely bypassing emissions equipment and factory safeguards. It's illegal for street use in most states, but necessary for serious power. Standalone swaps require electrical knowledge, tuning expertise, and complete understanding of engine management systems. You're literally rewiring the car's brain, building custom harnesses, and calibrating fuel maps on a dyno. This separates hobbyists from serious builders. The cars running standalone ECUs are making 700, 1,000, 1,500 plus horsepower, power levels impossible with factory computers, even with extensive modification. The legal problem is emissions compliance disappears entirely. No CAT monitors, no EVAP system, no OBD2 readiness for inspection. These cars can't pass emissions testing anywhere with inspections, which means they're track cars driven on street or registered in states without testing. Standalone ECU swaps represent the line between modified street cars and dedicated race cars that happen to have license plates. The modification is sophisticated, the power is real, and the legal risk is substantial. Level 6. Full race car street driven. You built a legitimate race car with tube chassis, carbon fiber body panels, racing seats and harnesses, fuel cell, roll cage, and slick tires. Then you drive it to Cars and Coffee on Saturday mornings. These cars exist in legal gray areas, meeting no safety or emission standards, but sporting license plates anyway. Some states have lax inspection requirements. Others require only that the VIN matches and the lights work. These builders exploit every loophole. Full race cars driven on street are commitment to illegal modification. You're not bolting on parts. You're building from the ground up with competition components never intended for public roads. Lexan windows, racing fuel systems, onboard fire suppression, data acquisition systems, and engines built for competition fuel running on 100 plus. These cars make 1,500 horsepower, weigh under 2,500 pounds, and have no business on public. The builds cost $100,000 plus, require fabrication skills most people don't have, and result in cars that are genuinely dangerous. No airbags, no ABS, no traction control, suspension so stiff that potholes break chassis. But they're also engineering masterpieces, demonstrating what's possible when regulations don't limit. These cars show up to underground events, run 7-second quarter miles, then drive home on public roads because the owners are either brave or. Level 7. Underground import legends. You imported a 1999 Nissan Skyline GT-R R34 in 2010, 15 years before it was legal, using gray market loopholes, false paperwork, and VIN swaps. Or you built a 2,000-plus horsepower Supra running on race fuel with a standalone ECU, full race transmission, and slick tires that's been setting records at underground half-mile events for years while somehow maintaining street registration. These are the legendary illegal builds that define car culture's rebellion. The R34 Skyline represents illegal import culture at its peak. Federal law requires cars be 25 years old before legal importation. Before that, imports were impossible unless you were rich enough for the show and display exemption. Underground importers found ways. Canada temporarily, false manufacture dates, kit car registrations, anything to get forbidden JDM legends on US roads. The feds caught some, crushed cars worth 6 figures and sent messages. But some R34s made it through and are still out there, illegal legends hiding in private collections. The underground import and extreme build scenes represent the ultimate illegal modifications because they combine massive financial investment, engineering expertise, legal risk, and passion that transcends common sense. These aren't kids with straight pipes. These are builders creating automotive legends that happen to break every law while doing it. This is where illegal modification becomes culture. This is the GOAT. So which level illegal mod have you actually done? And which one would you risk if money and consequence? Comment below, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for more automotive content that definitely doesn't